The best sports radio in Utah is right here, right here. This is Scotty G and the coach, Tim LaComb, on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Garrard, the coach, Tim LaComb. We are live here in Logan on the quad, Utah State University. It is day number 1 of the Aggies in the Pac-12. No big deal. The president of Utah State, Brad Mortensen, kind enough to hang out with us. How are you, President?
Scotty, Tim, great to be with you guys. Thanks for coming up to Logan for our Pac-12 kickoff.
Are you kidding me?
What's not to like?
This is a Chamber of Commerce
Are
day
you kidding
up here.
me?
Yeah, beautiful Cache Valley day.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so first off, would you have paid Walker Kessler, or would you? No, I'm just joking.
That's out of my pay grade here, Scotty. So.
Those numbers get a little nutty.
Yeah, $38 million. That's no joke. But there is such a vibe up here about this conference and the momentum that's building around Utah State. You come off one of the most successful seasons in Utah State athletic history in terms of from top to bottom in every department of your athletic department. It just seems like things are really clicking right now.
Yeah, it's really me coming in this last year and getting to see all that after being an alum and keeping track of the Aggies, but there is a lot of momentum right now, and the leadership we have with Cam Walker in the athletics department, and then all of our coaches across the board. We've put together a great team, and we're excited to see what we can do as we transition into the Pac-12 and stay with some of the same competition, but also level up and think it's a great opportunity. And the fans and boosters and alumni, I've had so many of them just who are so excited about. Who would have ever thought Utah State would be in the Pac-12 after some of those years when we were kind of on the meandering path, and now having a chance to really up the playing field for all of our teams and the reputation of the university. We're excited.
When did you graduate?
1995.
Okay, so I was late 90s, early 2000s. So we lived through those independent years.
Right.
That was no fun. And to see where Utah State has evolved over the last 30 years has just been dramatic.
Yeah, and just the success we had coming out of the Mountain West, and of course, men's basketball gets a lot of props, but gymnastics, soccer, volleyball, our men's tennis team, that all just really had a dominant season, and we hope that we can continue that momentum and think we have a great chance to do that.
I traveled up here for many years wearing a different color, which wasn't always fun. But one thing stood out, man. People up here love their Aggies and are so passionate. Doesn't matter if it's a Tuesday night, people are going to be there. How does that, as a president, I mean, that's probably, to me, you would think probably the backs that's built on over time. And, I mean, I've been around long enough to remember Rod Tueller and the teams that he had up here, and certainly became, was an enemy of Stu Morrill, and he and I became buddies, right? But like the people that kind of got it to this point, talk about them for a second.
Yeah, there just really is a great pride and tradition here at USU, and that bleeds throughout all of the community. I felt that coming in when I started in November. It's just everybody cares about Aggie athletics, and whether I'm talking to a coach, a new coach coming in, or a recruit, sometimes it's just to be able to share that the whole community is behind you. They live and die by you, and that's a great thing. It's also a bit of a challenging thing. But and I feel that too in this role. But we definitely want to capitalize on that. I think if you look at the fundraising that the athletics department has achieved, just from some of our longtime folks stepping up to a new level, or new people coming into the fold and really wanting us to succeed during this crazy time of college athletics where money does play an even bigger role. I just think that there's all the foundations in place, but coming to the Spectrum, whether it's a Tuesday night or a Saturday afternoon or whatever it is, and to see that place rocking with the herd, that kind of sums it all up.
How much does success in sports translate to the academic side?
The diehard academics, would like to think it's all about what we do in the research labs and in the classrooms. It's just not the case. You raise the profile of the whole university by how well our athletics teams do. And when men's basketball is doing well, when football is doing well, in particular here at USU or at other schools across the country, we know that admissions applications go up, fundraising goes up, the overall impression of the academic profile of the institution goes up. And so that's something where we want to try to keep a balanced perspective at USU. We don't want to sacrifice the academic and research mission for athletics, but at the same time, we know that athletics can be, really a big boost to what we achieve academically and on the research side.
Spent about half an hour with Cam last week, and as a president, you must sleep well with athletics, with him in charge of that, and then basically guys Bronco and Jake that have been doing it so long. I mean, you've got an unbelievable staff on your athletics side. Talk about that.
Yeah. So some people said to me, because Cam got hired, 6-8 weeks before I did. And some folks have said, "Oh, don't you wish you could have picked your own AD?" I'm like, "Not if you've got Cam Walker." So Cam's just been tremendous with what he's done in the culture in the department and reaching out and engaging with the community. And then, Coach Mendenhall, just the culture that he brings, taking the players on a pioneer trek.
I know. I want to ask
media.
about the tinfoil dinners.
That just, I mean, what it does to build up team culture, but also connect with the community is that's mastermind stuff there. And Coach Jacobson, he's just going to really, it feels like a perfect fit into the culture at USU and the success that he's brought over time. I'm really excited for what basketball is going to do this season as well.
The thing that I find interesting in this new landscape of college athletics is, look, the athletics and academics and the school administration were always hand in hand, but now it seems like it's even more with the with NIL and a lot of the future paths that we're on and currently in. How has that worked here at Utah State?
We really do have to align because it's about the fundraising and the NIL, and then the policies that are being set, whether it's at a conference level or even in Congress. I was back in Washington, D.C. last week talking to our delegation about the Protect College Sports Act and, trying to garner support for that, because we do want to have some safeguards in place. So we really have to fire on all cylinders. And we're fortunate in the Pac-12. I mean, it's been a transition, and I tip of the cap to Teresa Gould and her team there, who really went down to a skeletal crew and now has to build back up. And she was testifying before Congress 3 weeks ago, and it's kind of fun. We'll see how it plays out. The presidents have all been really rah-rah Pac-12. But then when you talk to every one of us, we are all pretty sure that our school is going to dominate the new Pac-12. So we'll have to see. But, we have a group text thread, and everybody's posting pictures of their celebrations happening last night. So there's a lot of enthusiasm about what we can do together as a league. But that starts from being united with, the coaches, the athletic department administration, the university administration.
So talking to Cam Walker, he mentioned that from his perspective, it's not just joining a new conference, it's like building a new conference. What's been your perspective, and what's been your role as a school president working with other presidents in the build out of this thing?
And it's interesting how we've come together, whether it's, you have those two legacy Pac-12 schools, and they kind of have their perspective, and then the five of us joining from the Mountain West, and then you throw in Texas State and Gonzaga. But there's just really been a lot of unity in the room there to figure out how to do things, and kind of an acknowledgement is we don't have to, because we're coming to a new conference and building a new conference, we can think creatively and try to think outside the box a little bit, and some of the assets that we have from the previous version of the Pac-12 in terms of media production and broadcast production and those things, we think that's an opportunity for us to really leverage and push the boundaries of what college athletics can be like in the future in this new world, and how we can bring more value together for fans and boosters and folks who want that access to different parts of the game. So it's really exciting to be in the room and to talk in that way, and to think that we can write our own rules in the new Pac-12.
Anything surprised you since you started this new gig?
Honestly, the biggest surprise is just how much, and as an Aggie myself, I've always known it's been there, but being in this role and just feeling the support and knowing how deeply people want Utah State to succeed, not just athletically, but as an academic institution, because of the value of their experiences as alumni, or because they see the impact, not just in Cache Valley, but all across the state of Utah and beyond. When we talk about programs like the Space Dynamics Lab, that's literally, changing the world with what we do here in Logan. People just hold that to their core, and because of that, they want me to be successful. They want our athletic teams to be successful, the faculty, and And so that's just really powerful. And it's easy to get out of bed every morning and come to work when you've got that kind of army behind you.
So you are an alum and you are a sports fan. It would be impossible for me to be in your position and not micromanage the heck out of everybody. Like, I would want to get in the weeds.
We are going for it on fourth down every time,
exactly.
Scotty.
Like, I would be Phil Knight with a headset in the booth. And like, no, you're it's going to be a play action on first and goal from the 2. We're not running it. Stuff like. But in terms of like trying to be involved, but also let other guys do that, what's that like for you as a fan?
It's. I found when my son is playing, then it's harder.
Yeah.
But in this role, and when you've got great coaches and great folks on the field, it's just like you just want to cheer for them, and you just want them to be successful, and mostly because you know how much work that they've put in, and you know that thrill of victory and the agony of defeat is real for those guys and gals that are wearing Aggie blue, and so you just want them to be able to be successful. And so whatever I can do to help promote that and to let them know that we've got their back, I feel like that's my biggest role.
That's why you're a better man than I am.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Hey,
I will yell at the refs from time to time.
As you should. Hey, President, we appreciate your time. Thanks for coming
so much
by.
for being
Congratulations on the day.
Our early word. Can we get this dude in the Hall of Fame sometime?
Stop it. No.
He's a Hall of Fame kind of guy.
We're like 20 years from even.
No, I mean, come on. Some of the calls you've made already.
We've had some fun ones.
We've had some fun
You know
ones.
what? Winning games in the NCAA tournament never gets old.
Right.
That Villanova, or TCU a couple of years ago, that's just to be able to see that and be able to be a part of that as a president. I can't imagine what that's like for you.
That's right. Seeing the guys cut down the nets, that was one of the all-time highlights, and hope to do it many more times.
I'm the fill-in for Spence when he can't do the game with Scotty. I get to come up, and that's the highlight of my year. I love sitting there and actually having people not yell at me and like they're actually on my side. I get to high-five people in the herd, From the old days, that wasn't happening.
Right.
Well, congratulations. Anything else we can do for you, let us know.
Thanks. Go Aggies.
There he is, Brad Mortensen. He is the president of Utah State University. Cam Walker will join us coming up here in about 15 minutes from right now. As it is the first day of the PAC-12. Utah State embarking on a new conference, building it from the ground up, and great infrastructure here at Utah State for a chance to be successful, certainly short-term and long-term with this conference.
Man, I remember then they were in the PCAA back in the day.
Yeah.
That's how old I am.
It's funny. Everybody, as you look, and hey, today, obviously a lot of Jazz fans up here, and everybody's kind of got their phone open and just looking for another shoe to drop, seeing if Shams is going to get crazy or what else is going on out there, because there's never a dull moment right now in the NBA landscape.
There's never a dull moment. And, one night you're thinking they just got to finish this thing up. And I just am looking at something posted by NBA Central, the real one. Welcome to L.A., the new big 3, Walker, Luka, and Austin. And I still have the question, outside of Walker, who's going to guard anybody?
Yeah.
It'll be showtime, all right.
Oh, yeah. No,
It'll be showtime.
You're going to have a lot of 140 to 136 games up there.
Yep. I mean, that's his job, though. That's probably why they're paying him a little extra. You're going to have to guard 4 people's guy.
Yeah. Honestly, it's not quite. Maybe it might be the same philosophy as the Rudy Gobert years. Just funnel everything to Rudy and let him deal with it.
They're signing Colin Sexton as well. They're signing Quentin Grimes, which is a great get, and then Sandro Mamu something or other.
Nailed it.
I mean, I got to Mamu. I'll just call him Mamu, but they got him too. So man, in a night they went from LeBron Town to Bronny still there on a guaranteed deal, and then a bunch of new faces.
Well, and also, too, I think it's interesting you look at Rob Pelinka, and I think Rob's at the point where, like, hey, look, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to build this team the way I want to build it post LeBron, and if it doesn't work, then you can fire me, and I'll let somebody else figure out the draft picks from there. But this is his chance to finally put his stamp on the team. He doesn't have to worry about LeBron. He doesn't have to worry about anything else. This is my team. I'm going to build it my way.
Yeah, and that is honestly why they prioritized Walker so much. I think Luka had a list of guys he wanted to go get. Obviously, the guys that were available, possibly even some drafts. And, The chemistry was good. Walker went in for the visit, and like I said, that becomes if you've ever gone to one of those, hey, go on this trip to Cancun, but you got to go spend an afternoon with Al in the clubhouse, is one of those. So
just be a part of this short presentation.
But you're going to see the very best the clubhouse has to offer. I'll promise you that. And that's what the Lakers, they rolled out the red carpet, made him feel like the man. Certainly we're going to pay him like the man. Well, now he's got to be the man. And I will say the LA Times is a little more harsh than our local Salt Lake Tribune. Even the Daily Breeze back in the day.
The Daily Breeze was coming for a pound of flesh
if
back
PK
in the day.
was involved.
Yeah. I am really look, there's an element of, for Walker, be careful what you wish for.
No, and again, I don't disparage this dude.
I don't either. No.
I hate when people get into he must not like us. I mean, again, if you've ever changed a job, then you're the same type of person. So don't be a hypocrite. It's just part of it. But I think that the biggest thing is, he can't hide behind, hey, I'm developing. I'm going to be this new guy. I mean, he is thrown right to the wolves, and he's shown the signs of being able to do it, but it's a every night thing at that level, and that's what he's got to do.
All right. So from the Jazz perspective, you've got assets, you've got a lot of things to play with, but now you got to be creative. And if I'm the Jazz, you mentioned the alternative of investing in other areas, and I think that would be perfectly fine, but I don't think the Jazz can sit on their laurels here. And not that you have to make a panic move, but you need to make an aggressive move from my perspective.
Yeah, I mean, here's my view on the world's simple, but if you don't want to get backed into a corner, and stop backing up.
Yeah.
Instead of backing up and recoiling, see what's out there. See where the avenue is that you might be able to get out. With every tough thing in my life, I know this, for all of us, like tough things create opportunity. And opportunities sometimes that we didn't even have in our minds. So, there's definite things the Jazz need to address, and they're just going to have to do it in a different order.
Because we look at asset collection as a good thing. Jazz fans have spent the last 3 years hearing about asset collection. I think they're kind of done with asset collection. Like the Jazz fans want to see talent acquisition, not asset acquisition. And I think that's, in getting a vibe from Jazz fans, they know they got the Lakers. They're not necessarily bummed out about losing Walker Kessler, but they don't want to go backwards because they've been through 3 years of hell. They don't want to. When you hear, the Jazz got a bunch of draft picks, in their mind, they align that with rebuild. And you're certainly not rebuilding off of losing Walker Kessler, but I do think a little bit of no, we're going to flip that and we're going to make some money on this, we're going to make a different roster, and it's going to be just as good, if not better, based on these assets we're able to treat. But I think there's got to be a little bit of speed to it, aggressiveness.
No, and again, I think people that look at it that way probably, and I understand what we just went through, but to me, the rebuild itself's over. Okay, this doesn't impact that.
Oh yeah.
But this is now just we're basically a step ahead, a year ahead. We got to make the playoffs so that we do the on the court stuff. But we addressed an issue we were going to have to address next year. Was it going to be Keontae? Certainly, if Walker was going to take more money and not fit into the slot, then you kind of are making your decision already. And the one thing I know, it's well thought out. The analytics probably back it up. But in the NBA currency, these picks are how you get deals done.
Yes. Yeah.
Jaren Jackson Jr., if the Jazz have to throw in an extra pick that somebody else can't, I mean, it's like you get in a bidding war for a house. When you got deep pockets, and in the NBA, deep pockets are first-round picks. So when you can, especially unprotected first-round picks, those things are gold. And who's going to say that this Lakers thing is going to work? They have still have a lot of unanswered questions. So those picks could be great. That thing could blow up. And so I think you have to understand that those picks then could be taken even this year and thrown into another deal, and you go acquire the actual guy you want to get that fits, and then you go address Keontae and go.
I would not look at these picks and say, I wonder what the Lakers are going to look like in 2031 and 2033. I think you look at what are they worth right now in terms of the trade. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the other part of that is, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring.
No.
So how can you think about 2033. You just carry those around like bricks of gold. And when you're doing a deal and you need to add another one, you've got a bag full of 10 of them. And if those deals come along and you need to draft one, use it, great. Otherwise, those deals, that's what gets deals done. People, even more so, like the Jazz is taking 4 picks back and nothing, hey, we don't want any players or anything. Just give us 4 picks. That's pretty easy to manage. So that is one real positive. The Jazz with 10 now, between now and what do you say, 2033?
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane.
10 first-round picks.
Right.
And, the other element, and I'm glad Ben brought this up, and I know you can't really go there, but it is kind of fun to go there. You got Walker Kessler in that Rudy Gobert trade. He was a throw-in on that thing, and then you just flipped him for 4 first-round picks. So it's like,
hey, why can't we follow it? They do it in the Bible.
Yeah,
that's the begat section.
Yeah, look, Rudy begat Walker,
Correct.
begat 4 first-round picks.
If it's in the Bible, I think it's legal. And I think, honestly, if you look at it, that's pretty extraordinary.
It really is.
That thing still, it's like
the gift that keeps on.
It's like Jason. It's alive.
It's a jelly of the month club.
Yes.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
We got a walnut this week. Oh, well, you can have it. I hate walnut. Walnut jelly.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone, fired up to catch up with Cam Walker. I know we chatted with him a couple weeks ago, but really at the forefront of what they are trying to build here at Utah State, what they're trying to build in the Pac-12, and a basketball format has been released for the Pac-12 tournament and a location. We'll talk to him about that. It's let's just say it's very familiar of what you dealt with back in the day.
Oh, okay. I'm all ears.
Yes. Let's just say you want to be the number 1 or number 2 seed. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Garrard, the coach, Tim LaComb, right here on the Zone.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The biggest name. You're locked on to Scotty G and the coach, Tim LaComb, presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, I'm throwing a flag on this one. I'm throwing a flag.
The illegal use of the song.
The illegal use of and the poaching of lists is not okay. This was on my list yesterday.
It didn't make your list. You had it too far down the list. Obviously, it wasn't important to you.
I've got grass here on the quad. I'll huck that. Woo! Illegal use of the song.
You can't be poaching other people's lists.
What, Lloyd, what number did you wear in baseball?
Number 10. Good old number 10.
Illegal use of the song, number 10 in the booth.
10 yards, repeat first down.
Maybe don't have Redbone so far down the list, and you'll get it on there. I had it way up on my
list.
list.
Actually penalize Lloyd.
It was on the list, and everything gets bumped up to next week. I'm just keeping a list, so once I claim a song, it should
I
be
feel
on
like
the
the
list.
rules on what's good and what's bad, and the judge and the jury. I feel like it's constantly changing, constantly.
No,
you keep moving the goalpost.
Look,
I
I made one error, so I'm just addressing my side of this duo. Is it dynamic?
By the way,
no,
this deep cut comes from a little group called Redbone.
We know. Everybody knows this is Redbone. Come on.
Lloyd, you won the set list this week because I just tell the truth. I did not put a ton of effort because I felt like last week I was a music snob.
Well,
and what I wanted to do is come back to the PAC. I just wanted to come back to the PAC.
Because I am going to slice and dice you with these deep cuts now going forward.
Okay. I'm just alerting you guys that Monday, we work Monday, right? We work so infrequently that it's hard for me to keep track. Do we work Monday?
Do you really want to say that in front of
our
our
I'm
boss
just
here?
saying, you guys have more holidays. These guys are so spoiled.
You got Lloyd back there. You got Nate to our right.
I've had three holidays already. I don't know that I had 3 holidays the previous 16 years.
And don't worry, we're going to make it up when football season starts.
Yeah,
don't worry.
yeah.
Like the grind will start, and you'll be like,
you
wow.
want to take Labor Day off? Ain't happening.
Unless you're Ben Anderson.
No, Nate and I worked that out.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yeah, yeah. Strictly digging into back. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, Nate knows I'll do whatever, if the team needs it, coach, I'm there.
Let's do it. All right, joining us now, he is the athletic director at Utah State University, rocking the new pair of Aggie Dunks as well. Let's go, coach. You're coaching this entire
That's a coach
athletic
position.
department. Cam, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good. You know what? It was just a couple weeks we talked, but it's never a bad time to catch up.
I always enjoy it. You guys are more likable than people say.
At least I am, right? That's the buzz.
What?
Because Scotty's the mayor.
Everybody who says you guys are jerks, I don't believe it. You guys are pretty good. Hey, what a big day. You've been building on this for about a year now, but to have it here and actually set in stone, how cool of a moment is this?
This is awesome. And there's been so much work that's gone into this all the way around for so many people. And, obviously Teresa Gold, our commissioner, worked really, really hard to make this day. She probably believed when no one else did that this was possible, and kudos to her and the team to pull this off. And it's just an exciting event, and if you're in Cache Valley, come up. We got a lot of people out here. I saw the volleyball team. They wanted to make sure I shouted them out, but the volleyball team here, lots of student athletes coming through. We got a bunch of coaches out. It's just a fun atmosphere. We kicked it off last night with a 5K, and, Ben Jacobson's a sneaky distance runner. So it was pretty good.
Man, he was looking fit. The picture I saw, I'm like, wow, Ben.
Yeah. The dude didn't just show up to a 5K. He ran the 5K.
He ran it. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I know. I saw him. There was a picture of him, like, on the other. He was just full.
Yeah, it didn't even look like he was breaking a sweat.
His form was a lot better than mine. We'll say that.
He had the high. I just saw high here. I mean, I when I run those things, man, I'm just like, where's the line?
Yeah, I'm just wherever the donuts are. That's what I'm looking for. Hey, so when you build this thing out, and now you have a basketball format, you have a location. You're going to be at the MGM for the Pac-12 tournament. And, Coach, you remember this, the old double buys back in place.
Oh, man, those are terrific, aren't they?
Number one, number two goes right into the semifinals. But you know what? I love when teams get rewarded for regular season.
Those are the days.
Yeah, the regular season has to matter, right?
Sure.
And it has to matter in a significant way. I also think that this also has impact on how deep we go, right? Yes, you can have your number one teams and your top teams come out of the conference and run a gauntlet through the conference tournament and come out the other side, and they're probably getting at larges, so even if they get upset, it's okay. But they're tired. And our goal is not to just, again, be in the NCAA tournament. Or like, how do we go deeper? How do we go deeper for all of our best teams? I think that has to be a concern and a strategy conference-wide. It certainly is a concern for me. Like, how do we go deeper? How do we get a better seed? And how do we go deeper than where we've been? We're not content making tournaments. We want to go Sweet 16s. We want to go to Elite Eights. Like, we want to do those things. And in order to do that, I think you got to be rested. And so I think I'm in favor of this format.
One thing I'm looking forward to as a fan of just all the sport stuff is when y'all play Gonzaga. Like that, to me, those two teams are built so similar. You go to Spokane. Now, it doesn't have anything like this, the view here, but there's a feeling there that everybody's on board. And I don't know how to describe it, but you get to Spokane, and if you're wearing anything other than Gonzaga, particularly if you're wearing another team's stuff, I mean, you're getting a cold shoulder. I experienced the cold shoulder in Logan. I'll admit it, but I'll tell you what. One thing is, there is a cohesive feeling up here. Excited about some of those new rivalries that will come from this, that you'll develop?
Absolutely. And keeping some of the best ones that we have. San Diego State's becoming a really good rivalry. Yeah. Boise is.
Years.
Colorado State, we've played them more in football than any other team in this new conference. And so, yes, keeping some. Can't wait to play Gonzaga, Washington State, Texas State, Oregon State. Those are schools with really strong brands and really good reputations. And now, I don't want to play them. I want to beat them.
We're going to beat them.
I want to beat them.
Yeah.
And San Marcos, if the fans, San Marcos is sneaky cool.
Yeah.
Like where Texas State is, that is a place you want to go. Because Austin's close too. So just putting that on your.
All right. So put it on the barbecue
San
tour.
Marcos is cool.
Halfway between San Antonio and Austin.
That's right. Yeah, about 40 minutes out of Austin. 30.
There we go. Let's go rent a car and go up and get
see
some
my
Franklin's barbecue.
Yeah, and go see the boys play.
Yeah. Hey, when you when you are building this out and you're really trying to get things going to where they need to go, fundraising is obviously huge. And the buy-in from the community, the buy-in from your boosters has been absolutely tremendous. There's never any you can't stay even. You always got to be increasing, but it's been fun to see how much that's improved over these last couple of years.
Yeah, we've had tremendous support. This last year, this spring was incredible. People that have been lifelong committed and giving, doubling down, and people that haven't been that committed or part of it, stepping forward and saying, I can do something significant, and now's the time. It means a lot. Obviously, the financial impact is huge and means more than just each dollar, but because it also spurs on further. But it also, like, the trust that I take that very seriously. The trust that people are giving to me and to president and to, you know, all of our administration and to our coaches to do this right and build it right, like, that's hard-earned money. And I don't take that lightly, and it's incredibly impactful, which is really exciting to just see how involved they are.
And it shows it's like that when Mason Falslev comes back and Carson Templin, I mean, those types of things are what ensure you keep your own here, right?
Absolutely. And that's why you don't mind if I break some news, do you?
Hey, let's go.
We have a sounder, Lloyd.
Yeah. Breaking news sounder. What do we got?
Had a donor call last night. First day of the Pac-12. They would like to do a $2 million match for the month of July. So they are donating up to $2 million and are willing to match. And so we need to generate $2 million in the month of July, and this individual will match that.
Wow.
And, huge. Just unbelievable.
Massive.
You know, here's the other thing, too. You've had some really good anonymous donors. Like, I would be planting my name on everything if I was donating.
This
like,
is Garrard Quad.
This it's really cool. And people like, you know what? I just want to help the organization. I don't need my name out there. That is really impressive.
So many of them. And honestly, they're shy about me even doing something like this. But they understand that this is beneficial so that we can get word out. That's Utah State.
That's
That's
awesome.
Cache Valley. They are they don't want the limelight. They don't want the spectacle, but they want to put us in position to be the best we can and to succeed, and overwhelmed by their generosity. And this one's just unbelievable.
I don't want to put you in a weird spot where you have to kiss up to the boss because he's about 20 feet behind you. But
I think he's behind the speakers. He can't
exactly. I don't think he can. But when you have a president that says, I would love for this school to just be able to stand on its own in terms of its academics. But the fact is the academics needs athletics, and it needs athletics to be successful to drive admissions and to drive excitement and buzz towards the overall institution. It's really got to help you in your position when you have a president that gets that understands that dynamic.
Massive. And his support, it's incredible. But it goes both ways. We will be a better athletic department because we're connected to this university too, right? Like it's a symbiotic relationship. It's not one way, and the ways they help us are massively significant. So yes, we need to be a huge marketing and branding arm for them. We need to get word out in big time ways, but they are supporting us in countless ways. And I mean, here we are on one of the most beautiful locations in the country on any college campus. I mean, we bring recruits up here. You don't think they want to come? I mean, this is unbelievable. And so us being a part of this university is incredibly impactful to us and all the things the university has, from great academic programs that we can put our student athletes in to incredible research going on. I mean, we have who would have thought that Space Dynamics Lab would be happening in Logan, Utah?
Yeah.
Right? Like, the things we're doing are incredible, and we need to make sure that we're doing our part to get the word out, not just about ourselves, but about the institution as a whole, because it's an amazing place.
Can I ask you about some nuts and bolts?
Yeah.
5 for 5, does that apply for kids this upcoming year? Like, in terms of if they had a fifth year that they could have applied, but they finished their eligibility last year, can they be a part of teams this year?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is just moving forward. So it does not apply to them.
But kids that are currently enrolled and have eligibility would apply to them.
Correct. So if you're in year 4 right now, you would be able to come back for year 5. Yep.
And you guys have done a great job just assembling a staff of coaches across the board. Everybody's got to do their job. The coaches have a huge one. Just kind of talk about your coaches up here and what they mean to everything.
from day one when I got here, so press conference was on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then the next day at 8 a.m. I met with our head coaches. I didn't know really what I was walking into. I knew some of them and their reputations, but didn't know all of them. And I walked out of that meeting. I remember calling my wife and saying, "We're going to be okay. This group is unbelievable." And I think with the addition of Ben and Kristen and Keith, we've only added to it in just the caliber of coaches we have. They are the strength of the department. I am trying to put together the best administrative team to remove obstacles for them so that they can go do their jobs, because they are just elite at what they do. And their leadership expands outside their teams, which is rare. But in this department, they really do. They're incredible.
Cameron Walker, athletic director at Utah State, kind enough to join us again. $2 million donation, an anonymous donation that that will be matched. So essentially, if you can raise $2 million, he's going to match up to $2 million.
Yeah, we could
or
end up.
They are going to.
Yeah,
he or her.
And they will match up to $2 million, and we're hoping that that runs all through the month of July. They were willing to give us not just a week, but give us a month. I mean, we could end July with $4 million in donations. What a way to kick off the Pac-12.
It does feel like it's a kumbaya, like everybody's loving each other right now in this new conference. But make no mistake, there's level of competition, and every time I see, Boise State announces a $1 million donation, then Colorado, it's like there's a level of keeping up with the Joneses in a big way here.
Yeah, I mean, I think you know me well enough at this point that I don't whether it's soccer this fall or cross country or volleyball or football or donations. I don't want to be second to anybody.
No, sir. No, sir.
Even ice cream, man.
Even ice cream.
Right?
You're doing 2 scoops, I'm doing 3.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You think
or brand.
You think your creamery's good? Ours is better.
Ours is, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
There's no competition.
You got to get some of the athletes over here, man. They got to get them on the stream. With Cam, just like give us the IGA.
Well, there's so many cool things going on at Utah State, and scheduling I know is at the forefront. Basketball is tough now because there's a limited amount of conference games. Football, you got the deal done with BYU. I know that was something that you had a high priority on, and you were able to wrap that one up too.
For basketball, you mean?
Or your basketball, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, big, and was able to get football with Utah.
Yes.
And a home and home with them. Big. In-state games are vital, and we want to compete with the best, and we've got 2 of the best in the state here, and so let's compete. I just want to put it all out there. Let's settle all these discussions. Let's go play.
You want to play today?
I'll play tomorrow.
Wants to play today.
Yeah.
Cam's going to put his cell phone out and just be like, "Hey, if you're an AD out there, call me up. Let's go."
Yeah.
We could get a great wiffle ball game out here, man.
We could play unbelievable.
Maybe when we
ball.
finish, we might have to get something going. That is an ideal spot.
If my boys are here, the likelihood that they've got a wiffle ball bat and ball
it's
in their pocket is pretty high.
Is there any trips to Logan Regional yet?
I better knock on wood. We kept Knoxville Orthopedic in business for a long time. So we've been. I think we've only had 2 trips.
Oh, good.
We're pretty good. We feel pretty good about that.
Nice. Well, hey, congratulations. Fired up. I do have somebody did the Ted Cruz thing. Any updates on that? Do you think? I know it got redlined. Good.
got redlined. I think it's making progress and it's got momentum. I'm excited about it, and I haven't overly been excited about things that happen in Washington all the time. I feel like it always takes longer. I'm not patient.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with what they're doing. It's just I want to snap my fingers and have it done.
I like the way Cam does stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's making progress, and I think it's the first real shot on this athletic side that we have hope with. Again, not a silver bullet. There's very few silver bullets out there, but I do think it gives us a baseline that we can start building from and get some of this squared away.
Just some guardrails. Just give us something.
Yeah.
Who's the first football game this year? Who we playing? First.
Not Troy.
Idaho State.
Idaho State.
Yeah. All right. He's ready to go right now.
I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
You got to contain. It's gonna be you got to wait a minute.
Yeah. By the way, when you saw Bronco take his guys up on Trek, come on, that's
awesome.
You
That's
couldn't
epic.
find a more Bronco thing than that.
No, but it's part to. Yes, it's exactly him. It's his culture. We're going to work hard. We're going to do unconventional things. But it's also about ingraining yourself to a place and becoming a part of what they are, right? Like this is a community that's built on pioneers, and like, let's go see what they did. Let's go find out about pioneers and what that means. And in a way, like that football team's going to be a pioneer as they build in the Pac-12. And it's exciting, and let's go support them and crush it.
I saw those pictures. I was like, yeah, there you go, Bronco.
It was good.
I got a text. I'm not going to say from who. You usually probably hear bad things that come around, but I got a text from somebody saying Cam Walker is an all-star. Somebody in the business. So just know, man, everybody sees what you're doing, and know it's not why you do it. You do it because the people up here, you have that same passion.
Yeah. I did get a text too as well. Cool day at USU. My first year as head coach was when we joined the Mountain West. Matt Wells chiming in.
Hey.
Matt's a good one. We've had some good chats. I appreciate that. We usually hear the negative. But, yeah, I mean, my wire, these student athletes
Absolutely.
out here. They're wearing Utah State. I want to back them 100% so that they can go win.
Let's
and
do
chase
it.
championships.
Let's do it. Cameron Walker, he's the athletic director at Utah State, right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The Jazz, the Mammoth, and the Utes, Cougars, and Aggies. When it comes to sports in Utah, we've got you covered. This is Scotty G and the coach, Tim LaComb, presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Garrard, the coach, Tim LaComb. We are live up here in Logan on the quad. And,
Hey, I just got it on stream, too.
nobody saw that. We're good.
Oh, I'm sure they did. If it comes up here, I'm going to love it because that will be one we got to pull for posterity. Because that must be because he knows I'm a BYU guy.
No.
Yeah,
No.
but I went there.
By the way, you're
See?
You're unaffiliated.
Hey, I'm not.
No.
I worked there.
He was an employee there.
Come on, I've got Aggie blood run through.
Yeah,
me
you do.
somewhere
Yeah, you
in
do.
there.
Come on, you've done games, man. You called games.
I text back and forth with Stu Morrill. I don't
Yes.
know how much more Aggie you can get.
Nope, not possible. Now I'm all out of sorts. That was funny. I don't know if Lloyd saw that on the video.
we got it
stream
on
or not,
video.
but,
I bet they had something back in. He's like, he's going to ask for it.
hey, when you so Walker Kessler, now a Laker or soon to be a Los Angeles Laker, the Jazz get the haul back with the 4 first-round picks, and now it's about how do you retool with a limited free agent. Now, free agency really isn't how you build your team anymore in the NBA. So you've got some assets. Now the Jazz have to go to work, and I don't know if the Jazz did this with a plan B already in place, but I got to think when they're talking to Lakers, Austin, Danny, Jay-Z, the rest of the crew, they're like, okay, if we pull the trigger on this, what are we going to do? So there's got to have some contingencies in place that we'll find about either in the near or distant future.
But some of those contingencies probably have strings. Like
Oh, yeah.
they're already under contract with someone else because, like I said, there's no answer in free agency. And I don't know that there ever was, honestly, for the Jazz outside of Walker. And so I think that's what Ben used the perfect word. This we're veered off course. You know, we were pretty assured that we were on this path now with the guys for a couple of years. Still have a guy to add, but with that, obviously, a ton of flexibility, more assets in your bag. So if you now go to plan B, that's to identify targets for trade and take your bag with you.
Yes. Yeah.
And say, we want that dude, and here's what we got.
You got your duffel bag full of $100 bills.
Yeah, you
And-
never want to overpay, which is why you don't get involved in this thing.
Yeah.
Stack good decisions, but have it ready because they may ask for an extra one.
Yeah, and so if you have to drop another gold bar to get something across the finish line, you got a chance to go do it. Look, you had those assets. You were able to turn a good chunk of them into Jaren Jackson Jr., which was a huge acquisition.
What
for
an
the Utah
ad,
Jazz.
right?
And so now you just restock the shelves, and so you can go out and do a little shopping again. And now the Jazz, certainly with their work cut out for them, but I don't think I'm not going to call this a massive loss until we see the season start, because I do think something's up the sleeve.
Well, speaking of up the sleeve, I just saw the tweet that Lloyd's just playing a soundtrack today of Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's 3 songs in. So credit to Lloyd, but also credit to the musical director of that particular project, because they're the ones who put the set list together.
Yeah, Andrew called him out, and Andrew, I think, is
But he
correct.
told me he was doing that last week. And
Oh, yeah, I didn't hide this.
I said all is fair in love and war. He didn't try to, this wasn't trying to sneak it past us. I just realized it.
Great soundtrack, by the
It's
way.
probably
amazing
one
so
of the
far.
best soundtracks there are. Really is.
If not the best, honestly.
So is it okay to give you credit for your selection, but not this set list? Because that, again,
set list was already
Yeah,
created.
no,
created by
it's
somebody.
fine. I
Replaying
don't
it.
need the credit for my
Oh, wait,
deep
I'm
cuts.
getting into the weeds. You should get the credit.
No, I don't need it. I'm fine. It's okay. Hey, this is a
Well,
creditless,
terrific job.
This is a.
However it comes around,
I don't need it. I'm
terrific
good.
job today.
Hey, by the way, I
And a
know
deep
we're all
cut,
looking
too.
at Jazz free agency and all of that stuff, but Ian Cole, former member of the Utah Mammoth, now will be playing for Chicago next year. So Ian Cole had some moments here with the Utah Mammoth. Now he moves on, I think, on a 1-year deal that'll pay him about $4 million next year.
Yeah, I mean, so now for the Jazz, at least this question is answered. Probably not answered in the direct fashion you'd want, but answered nonetheless. And so you pivot with a bunch of the assets and the money to see what you can do. And again, there were a lot of things to address. Probably not going to address them all this season. If Walker were to require a ton of money, that would impact next season as well. So I think a sound decision, and across the country by the national pundit, they're just shocked that Walker, that they were able to get 4 picks, 2 of them unprotected from the Lakers.
Yeah, and then 2 pick swaps. The Lakers are all in, and I think Rob Pelinka is at a point in his career where he realizes that honestly, you can look. Yeah, I'm going to make my mark here, and if not, I'll just do my Rob Lowe impersonation somewhere else, because I've had it. I've been under LeBron's thumb. No more. We're going to run this thing my way, and he has wasted little time. He essentially, when you look at it, he essentially told LeBron James to hit the streets, and I'm going to go sign Walker Kessler. He traded LeBron James for Walker Kessler.
Well, then signed Walker, and then 3 guys right in a row. So they
Colin
went through
Sexton.
4 today. So they talk about having a plan. They definitely had it. They got the Walker piece, and then everything else fell into place. But a completely new look there in L.A., and now they've backed themselves into a corner, don't have a lot of flexibility. It will probably end up being Walker, Luka, and about 7 dudes that you pick up off the waiver wire every season.
Yes.
It's at the end of the day, or in Reeves. Sorry, those 3 guys, and then just filler pieces. Maybe they think those 3 guys are good enough with adequate pieces around them to like this year they signed Grimes for $10 million. It's a 1-year deal, so we'll see how it all plays out.
I'm kind of curious to know. Do you know Luka's number off the top of your head?
Salary?
Yeah, so Luka is 51 this year, 55 next year, and has a player option in 28 for 59, which obviously he'll re-sign, and then he'll be in the 70s after that. So, yeah, it's
Well, a bold move, and from being in LeBron jail, which unfortunately the rest of us still are, because I had to watch him forever last night. Just tell me who's being moved outside of the GOAT, okay, or the supposed GOAT, whatever side of the fence you sit on. Just tell me something else.
Just give me something.
He's 43.
they're going to have to. The Lakers are going to have to do some work here. They're going to have to maybe cut and stretch DeAndre Ayton Maybe that's a center that'll be on the open market.
Oof. Oh, well, they won't be a taker in this joint. I can assure you.
So next year, you've got Luka at 51, you've got Reeves at 41, and then you've got Walker at 33. So you've got $125 million in three players.
Guys. I'm not great at math, as you know by my first phone call with you, when I had really done it well. I actually called Scotty today because he was in the kit, and we lost. I lost my radio service, and so I called and told him about the trade. But I kind of mixed the numbers up a little bit.
Well,
sounded better than it was.
It's 3 years versus 4 years.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
That's all good. All right, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Garrard, the coach. Tim LaComb coming up next. Gather around the radio, folks. We've got Bronco Mendenhall and Ben Jacobson joining us next hour right here on the Zone.
We have the tech to get food delivered in 15 minutes, but we all have horror stories about buying tickets. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage. Get amazing tickets in just a few taps. Fees are included, so what you see is what you pay. And the Game Time guarantee means authentic tickets at the best price every time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets to concerts, sports, comedy, and more with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and create an account for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply.